Welcome to the SleepDives channel. Today, we are conducting a deep dive analysis of the cultural footprint surrounding James Clear's Atomic Habits. We are setting a strict parameter by exclusively examining this Wikipedia references section. Specifically, we focus on the block containing citations 11 through 15 as the definitive book chart for the UK market. Validating a publication here confirms its status as a top-tier commercial product. Achieving this level of commercial velocity generates a protective shield around the book. The scale of its success forces the media to treat it as a phenomenon rather than a passing trend. Multi-year presence on these lists transforms a solitary book into a functioning industry. This hard empirical data stands in direct contrast to the qualitative, subjective nature of the remaining journalistic citations on our list. The sheer scale of these sales triggers a reaction from elite media, which must then account for the book's mass-market ubiquity. Citation 12 acts as the sun in this specific media solar system. All subsequent critical reviews and essays orbit its commercial gravity. Citation 13 from The Independent represents the direct praise node of this ecosystem. The review claims the book changed the course of my year, marking the apex of the individual transformation narrative. This type of subjective journalism functions as marketing fuel, sustaining the book's commercial momentum through personal validation. We pivot to the analytical critique node with citation 11, authored by Laura Miller in Slate. Miller contrasts the previous praise with an interrogative headline, "Will it be for the better?" This marks an intellectual shift from asking if the system works to questioning the philosophical consequences of the system working. Mapping these differing viewpoints visualizes the tension between personal validation and critical inquiry. The presence of both nodes represents a mature media cycle. A mega bestseller requires this friction to avoid being categorized as a vacuum of uncritical praise. Slate's skeptical framing serves to legitimize the book as a subject worthy of cultural study. This analytical scrutiny provides the weight needed to prevent the book from being dismissed as mere self-help fluff. To understand the broader environment, we must look beyond direct reviews to the macro-level cultural discourse. Citation 14 from The Guardian shifts the focus toward the encompassing wellness industry. In this interview, Rosamund Pike states, "We're all being conned by the wellness industry." This quote signifies a growing hostility and fatigue towards self-optimization trends within mainstream media. The Guardian represents a powerful vector of critique within the UK media landscape. The skepticism in citation 14 connects directly to the philosophical questioning found in citation 15 from The New Yorker. Anthony Lane's essay, titled "Can Happiness Be Taught?" creates a proxy critique that challenges the foundational premise of the genre. Legacy literary magazines often scrutinize the idea of treating complex human states like happiness as systemic, teachable skills. This note of criticism reaches a prestigious and highly curated subscriber base. Being forced to sit adjacent to this skeptical discourse creates a risk of guilt by association for Atomic Habits. Intellectual backlash against esoteric wellness practices can lead to categorical contagion, where the skepticism infects adjacent, pragmatically focused literature. The book's empirical, systems-based approach attempts to dodge the con label assigned by more skeptical critics. All 5 pieces of our dataset interact simultaneously. The commercial core is supported by praise, but exists within a macro environment of harsh institutional skepticism. The book survives because its distinct data profile separates it from the vulnerable targets identified in citations 14 and 15. You can apply this same mapping methodology to other texts to avoid uncritical consumption. Pay attention to the granular metadata, like these ISSN numbers. They are vital markers of diverse journalistic origins. Evaluate technical or self-help systems by mapping their critical reception across highly varied, authoritative publications. Avoid the mistake of consuming habit-building literature in an uncritical vacuum. Relying solely on nodes of positive transformation leaves you intellectually vulnerable. You must actively cross-reference internal claims against external structural industry skepticism. True media literacy requires analyzing the tension of the whole ecosystem rather than accepting the text at face value. The cultural phenomenon of Atomic Habits is defined by these 5 conflicting data points. Its legacy is built on a massive commercial velocity that is constantly checked by elite cultural scrutiny. This mega bestseller represents a highly contested space of competing ideas. Apply this exact comparative media literacy to any foundational texts you encounter in the future. Analyze the tension within the mapped ecosystem. Use that friction to find the